Alright, got another Mustang update. I got the T-top out of the garage. As you can see, this is my maroon car, I guess I call it. It's an 88 Mustang GT. I picked it up off a friend of mine. It's a typical Mustang. It's got a dirty interior. Seats are kind of dirty a little bit. It shows up way worse on this camera than it looks though. It's crazy. My muddy footprints in there from getting in and out of the car. Interior is not too bad. You know, for an 88, it's actually pretty clean. There is some stains on the seats, and it's funny, but it's got to be because of the light shining on it with the camera. It does not look that bad in actual real, you know, standing here looking at it, it looks way worse on the camera than it is. It's a pretty solid car. Door doesn't shut very good. You can see the striker, the plastics are missing off there. That's something I need to get. So it's got a saline style wing on it, a Cobra rear bumper, 93 Cobra style bumper, and saline side skirts. It's kind of an odd mixture of body ground effects parts, but it doesn't look that bad. It kind of fits okay together. And it does have the Cobra grill insert in it, which is kind of neat. I like the looks of that. This is kind of interesting. I've only seen one of the other ones of these, but it's got a... See, that light's gonna mess me up now. You can see on the speedometer, it says Ford Motorsports on it, and it's 140 speedometer. And it's an 88, and as far as I know, they didn't come out with the 140 until 89, last half of 89, so I'm thinking that must be aftermarket because it says Ford Motorsports on it, so that must be an aftermarket thing. It's got a Momo steering wheel in it with the brackets for your cruise control buttons, which is pretty cool. It's like, I think, what would come in an actual Saline. An older Saline had the Momo steering wheel in it. It usually said Ford on the button though. And it had the spot for the cruise control buttons right here. That's kind of neat. I like that. It's got a big tack and gauges. I don't really care for the gauges there. Whoever hooked them up didn't. I mean, they only hooked one of them up. And they, you know, it's kind of a rig. So I'm probably going to do something different about gauges. Put the vents back in here. This tack is not mounted very well. It flops around. So that's something I'm probably going to do. It's got a 5-speed in it. It's got a Steeda shifter. And aluminum clutch quadrant, which is nice. Gray interior, as per most Mustangs. I talked a little bit in the other video on the T-top about how I was going to bring this one in because I need to get something ready for this summer, and the T-top, I'm definitely not going to be able to get that ready. So what I'm working on now is pulling the motor out of this. It's actually, I believe, I don't really know much about the car. My friend got it from somebody who did some work to it, and he converted it to a 5-speed. And I mean, he didn't really know a lot. He said that the motor, from what I gather, is a new rebuilt motor. I believe it's a 5.0 HO. I don't know. It runs like one. It's got pretty good power. But I do think somebody's put the wrong flywheel on it because it vibrates really bad. Like, it's got like a 28-ounce flywheel instead of a 50-ounce. So that's something I will have to go through. Either that or it needs a 28-ounce, which would mean that it's an older style crankshaft in the motor. So that's something I don't know. But like I said, right now I got the hood off it, got the radiator out. What I'm doing is working on pulling this motor out so I can put my 306 in here, which is covered in garbage. Interior stuff in my other car. It looks kind of like crap right now, but it does have some good stuff. It's got Keith Black flat top pistons in it. I do have scat H-beam rods. Still got a stock crank in it. It's got Ford Racing X303 camshaft, and it's got roller rockers, billet distributor in it. That's just actually one of those freaking eBay special billet distributors, which I've had good luck with so far. It looks kind of like crap right now, but so far I haven't had any problems with it. So I think I paid less than $100 for that thing, and I mean, for less than $100, it's been a pretty good distributor, I think. Patriot performance heads, like I said. So what I'm doing is I'm getting ready to put this thing in the car. I got a little bit of work in the engine bay to do, so I got to get that motor pulled out. I do have a fuel pressure regulator for it. When I ran this motor, I never had anything bigger than a stock intake and stock injectors. I did have a bigger fuel pump, and that regulator, that was basically the only way I could get it to run half decent, jack the fuel pressure up. So I got injectors. Actually, I got 30-pound injectors to go in it. I have a Victor 5.0, Edelbrock Victor 5.0 intake for it. 30-pound injectors, a 75mm throttle body, I think, and a mass air sensor to go with the 30-pound injectors. So I'm really hoping that's going to wake this motor up a lot more than it was when I had it in the other car. But that's what I'm working on now. I'm getting ready to put it in here. Like I said, I got a little bit of work in the engine bay to do. Somebody lopped a big hole in this friggin' apron, which annoys me, but I guess they thought they'd get more air through there, maybe. You know, that's not something I would have done, but, you know, to each their own, I guess. It's got a little bit of rust issue down there, which sucks. But, you know, there's nothing I can do about that. I gotta fix it, so that's what's gonna happen. I gotta pull the motor out so I can get at that, fix that, get the new motor ready, cleaned up. I'll probably repaint it, get it all cleaned up, and put that in here. And, you know, I'll have more updates for you soon. So, thanks for watching, guys.